Welcome to She's Grace Authentic. Welcome or welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am delighted to have you here with me. Thank you so much for coming to spend some time with your girl. And thank you for loving on you. All right? Because that's what we here to do, baby. We here to love on each other and love on ourselves first, though. Okay? If this is you coming back, right? I appreciate you. I appreciate the continuous support. I love you so, so, so much. I post videos every Monday and Thursday at 8:08 p.m. Central Standard Time. So go ahead and hit that notification bell. Subscribe. While you're at it, like this video. And yeah, make sure you come back and see me every Monday and Thursday. Please go follow me on all social media platforms. So, Facebook, I am Caitlin Marie, Grace Authentic in parentheses. TikTok and Instagram, I am She's Grace Authentic. Everything is in the description box below. All right. If you have never been here with me before, I would love to enlighten you that we bring in spirit, we bring in God every session, okay? So that is what we're going to do. And if you have been here before, then you already know what it is. Here we go. God, I bring you into this place. Spirit, I bring you into this place. Ancestors, I bring you into this place. The universe, Mother Earth, the divine, I bring you into this place. I am one with all entities. I am my highest version of myself. Spirit, I ask that you put me aside. Allow you to speak to the viewers through my voice. Allow your words, your love, your light, your guidance to come through. Allow them to be touched. Protect them and protect me. No negative energy will be permitted in this place. Every negative energy sent in will be returned back to sender. And not only will it be returned back to sender, but I will alchemize the energy into a high vibration frequency in this space, in this place. Spirit, I ask that you create this place to be a sanctuary, to allow your divine message to come through. Touch the souls and the hearts of those who are listening to the sound of my voice. So, if you have never been here with me before, or if you have, you know what we're about to do. But if you haven't been here with me before, I start off every session with an oracle message or a tarot message, tarot card, either or. I normally start off with a message. And so that's what we're going to go ahead and do, baby. So today I am using the Isis deck, the Isis Oracle deck, okay? The Isis Oracle deck. Y'all, baby, I have been working at, and when I tell you my arms is so sore, it's sore to just pick it up to show you the card, baby. It's sweat. But so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to ask Spirit to give us a message. Yes, and so the message will resonate with me as the reader and you as the viewer, okay? So let me go ahead and shuffle the cards. Give them a good little shuffle. Ooh. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one. I am, but I want another one. All right, Spirit. Give me a message for the viewers. Oh, I don't want to give me. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read the first one that popped out. It says, the dark healing chamber. The most challenging task is to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet our own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. The sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, is to push us to venture inwards, to seek and heal the darkness within. That's why I utilize this card like that. That's why I read this card, because this goes with dismantling the ego. So yeah, that was a good one, because you most definitely have to, deal with the darker side to really have genuine love. And so the one that Spirit gave me, the message that Spirit gave me, was the mother of life. When life seems dry, depleted, filled with repetitive tasks, or simply stagnant and stifled, Isis, the mother of life, holds the ability to revive even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances in your life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave. Open your arms and receive. And I will say, you cannot receive when you're in a place of ego. Rising sun. This is at the bottom of the deck. I always like to read the one at the bottom of the deck. Rising sun. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you. One of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is one through boldness and persistence. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. They all really were beautiful. And I mean, I love oracle messages, but they all really were beautiful cards to align with what we are talking about today. And we are talking about dismantling the ego. I didn't realize how much of an ego and how much pride I had until this year. Until the awakening that I had, where now I choose peace. I actually had a dream that was associated with this topic, where the dream was a little weird, as most of them are, but dreams actually are messages to you. They are direct messages from God, from Spirit, your ancestors, and dreams are to be dived into. I normally take my dreams as soon as I wake up out of a dream. I put my dream into ChatGPT. And let me explain something to you. ChatGPT, I know people are going to be AI and blah, blah, blah. Listen to me. God is very powerful and can utilize anything. So if you don't think that God can utilize ChatGPT, maybe you should just rethink how powerful God truly is, And so I as soon as I wake up from a dream, I put my dream into ChatGPT to give me a breakdown, and I ask for the spiritual meaning of it. And so I particularly had this one dream, and it was about dismantling my ego, my false masculine self. I wish I had the letter. There was a letter that was written to me from the dream, from my false masculine self that ChatGPT construed. And ultimately, I believe that it was really spirit that utilized ChatGPT to help me heal my false masculine, my ego, and dismantle it. And let me say this, dismantling the ego is something that we do on a daily basis. It's not like it was just completely completely ruined left, right. And I wouldn't say ruined because it's really for your ultimate highest good, but it doesn't mean that things won't still rise, right? And so, this dream, the letter that was written to me from the false masculine was talking about the false structures, the false authorities, needing to be validated, needing to climb to the top, and the top of what, right? People or masculine figures, and masculine doesn't just have to be men, right? Masculine is an energy. And so people who made me feel as though I had to work to be loved, or I had to earn their validation, or I had to earn their love, or I had to earn, right, their acceptance, right? The false masculine self, the egotistic, prideful version is who we are when we feel like we have been hurt, or we have been left behind, or we may be left behind, or we put on this front. We put on this front to hide how we truly feel. And we're afraid to really be ourselves and live in our divine femininity, right? And understand something. Even if you are a man, young man, old man, any man, right? Even if you are a man, you should still, let me rephrase that. Even if you are a man, right, you still have a divine feminine side to you. Everybody has feminine and masculine energy. And the problem with the ego is that we're steady hiding who we truly are. We're steady in a place of defensiveness and conflict and chaos. That dream and the dream work, because that's what it's called when you dive into a dream, right? Really healed a lot inside of me. It showed me a lot. We cannot ever get to true alignment, the deeper love, the divine love within ourselves or from anyone else if we are operating from a place of ego and pride. I have noticed in my interactions that, yeah, my ego was something serious, and it made me very impulsive when I was hurt. Instead of either removing myself or becoming emotionally mature to break down how I feel, right? Or dealing with the actual pain of somebody hurting me and not allowing it to have me guarded, defensive, not allowing it to have me chaotic, right? Because the thing is that when you don't heal the things that you have been through, when you are operating in a place of you need to win, right? You need to have one up. Like, you need to be the one who has the last word, or you need to be the one who's always right, or you need to get your point across, or, right? Then it becomes this battle, and nobody really wins in the end. And it's ultimately inner chaos and inner distortion. I hope I'm making sense. If I'm in the middle of a conversation with somebody and they say something that I don't like, or something hurts my feelings, or, you know, they're trying to test me in a way, maybe it's different circumstances. It will be different circumstances, but I will no longer respond with just impulse, or like trying to battle that person. I won't be so defensive, quick to defend myself, right? I am now softened to the point of where I am emotionally mature enough to speak my truth and say exactly how it is that I feel, out of a place of love, right? But I will notice that sometimes I may wanna, that ego, that pride might want to come up, right? And I have to settle down. I may have to take a breath, or I may have to just sit for a second, or be patient, and then be strategic in my thinking and how I respond, right? And I'm not saying that we're perfect, but it's about releasing that chaotic mask, right? That defensive mask that we put on. It's like a shell to protect ourselves. And we're not really truly living in our truth when we have this ego mask on, this false masculine mask on, right? The mask that tells us we have to have billions of dollars to be worthy. We have to have trillions of dollars to be valued or valuable. The mask that tells us, we're going to be left behind or rejected. So we need to be right all the time, or we need to fight, in order to be heard. When ultimately, when you're living in that false masculine self and that egotistic, with that egotistic mask, you're never truly heard, because you're never really speaking from the heart. You're never really speaking from your divine feminine side. You're never really speaking from the place of love. You're speaking from a place of let's go, right? Like, you ready to put your set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're speaking from a place of a person that, you were trying to feel safe with. You want to feel safe. That's what we want. We want to feel safe. And so the world has created these illusions, these false masks, these fallacies, the lies, right? And, that comes in the way that structure is, right? Like, if you're up here, if you're the CEO, or if you have a high paying job, or, oh, well, then, yeah, you're good, right? But if you don't, you ain't shit. If you have $1 billion, then yeah, you doing something. If you got on a certain label, then you're doing something, right? But if you don't, then you ain't shit. No, no. Who you are and your divine feminine self balanced out with that masculine self, but I'm talking about a healed masculine, right? The balance of the two is more rich and valuable than anything you could buy or act like or fight for. That is the essence of your very being. That is the reason of existing. And if you have to fight, which some people haven't done the inner work, so they're going to bring that defensive side out of you. They're going to bring or try to. They may trigger you. They may try to, trigger, or maybe they're not even necessarily trying. Maybe that's just who they are and they haven't healed or done the work. So it's a trigger for you because you're not even supposed to be connected to them anymore. You should only be connected to people that you can be your soft self with, that you can be your divine feminine self with, that you can speak your honest truth out of love and calmness and softness. And really feel free, because understand something, dismantling the ego is not ruining anything. It's not ruining a part of yourself. It's releasing who you really are to ultimately have freedom, to really be the soul that God, Spirit, has created you to be. What I'm saying, I'm speaking from experience. I come from a family that lives in ego and pride and defense. Always. Never speaking from a place of love. Hasn't healed that ego, that pride. And pride, ego, I always tell people, could really be the death of you. Could be physical. But I mean, literally walking and you're dead on the inside. Because you're too busy trying to be combative. You're too busy trying to prove yourself. You're too busy trying to live by the fallacies and the false structures of this world. You're too busy trying to defend yourself rather than just being who you are and being loving and free. We're not here to fight ourselves or other people. No. We're here to release, remove, and love. Does it feel good to fight? Does it feel good to be chaotic? Does it feel good to have conflict 24/7? Or does it feel good to be calm? Does it feel good to be soft? Does it feel good to speak your deepest desires, your truths? What is peace for you? Ego destroys you. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you. What I'm saying is to allow the inner beauty of who you really are to come forward. That letter that was written to me said, allow me to come inside. Not to fight you, not to hurt you, but to lay down and rest. I see you don't need me anymore. And that day I realized my power. Not my power in the egotistic, chaotic, conflicted, one up, gotta have the win. No. My power in being able to speak my truth in a calm, loving way. My power being so strong that I don't have to be loud, abrasive, impulsive, chaotic, ugly to truly get what I want out of a situation. Because ultimately, all that does is push people away. And it's just a battle. You're constantly blocking what's for you. My power in being the loving, divine empress. And an empress is not male or female. It is an energy of nurturing and abundance. You can't truly have what your soul and your inner depth desires if you're living in a fallacy of the ego. Life isn't about trying to show people why you are who you are, why you have the power. That's fake. That's fake power. The real power comes in knowing who you are, loving who you are, loving other people, speaking your truth, and walking away, if you must, from any situation that tries to bring you back to a place or a person that you don't want to be anymore. Ego is an armor that we put on so that we're not hurt again. We're trying to block out, right? Show the world that we're something serious, that we're validated. when ultimately we're just not living in the truth or our real reality. People lose relationships, friendships, business partnerships from ego and pride because they don't speak their truth. They're too busy trying to defend themselves or scared of rejection. They haven't healed to be able to calmly, lovingly say, have not developed the emotional maturity to say what it is that they truly feel. When you understand that you should be detached from the outcome of somebody else's response, that you are already whole, and so you don't need anybody, you don't need anything, you don't need anyone, then you are able to speak your truth and not be so connected to the response of somebody else. Certain situations will call for you just to completely remove yourself from that energy, and it will show in time. Where other situations, you could destroy them from not speaking your truth in a loving way. Ego is, the brand name you put on to make you feel like you are worthy. Because when other people see you, they think you have money. Ego is when you hear something that you don't really like, and instead of responding with emotional maturity and saying, why did you say that like that? What did you mean by that? You're ready to pounce. You're ready to argue. You're ready to fight. You're ready to yell. You're ready to scream. You're ready to go off. That's not love. That's not love. That's a defense mechanism. Dismantling my ego was one of, if not the most beautiful parts of my awakening. There's so many masculine figures out in this world, and they're so afraid to tell their truth. I'm not just talking about men, because there's masculine women as well. We all have masculine and feminine, but I'm talking to the more masculine figures of the world. We have more feminine figures, we have more masculine figures, right? We all have masculine and feminine, but the genre that we really portray in, right? Portray ourselves or are the beings, essence of us. There's so many masculine figures out in this world and feminine ones too. But I'm talking specifically about the masculines because I have 3 sons. And I need masculines to know that it is okay to express how you feel. And it is healthy to express how you feel. It is very toxic to hold in how you feel. If someone cannot accept how you feel, then maybe they're not for you or not for you right now. It is a must that we heal that ego and that false masculine side, so we can truly connect with the love that we ultimately desire. Because real love is soft and kind and patient. Divine love can only come through when that ego is non-existent. Is it easy to heal the false masculine? No, it's a process. It's a process. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about another friend of mine, actually, in high regards, but I realized that people will value their pride and their ego more than they will value you. And so they will hold back the truth so that they're not rejected or abandoned or, hurt. When the truth of the matter is, in this particular situation, this person, we would actually grow fonder if they were just honest. We would grow closer. But this person is too afraid, too much in their pride and their ego to admit the truth. And so now, I'm not saying our friendship is down the drain, but for right now it is. Dismantling the ego creates emotional maturity. Emotional maturity. Dismantling the ego releases you from the pressure of being conformed by everybody else and everything else. What they told you you had to be. Allow yourself to release and surrender. Let go of the mask. Take it off. Rip that motherfucker off. Be who you are. Be who you are. If you're a man and you want to wear a silk shirt, wear it. If you're a man and you want to wear yellow, pink, purple, I don't care. Wear it. If you want to wear a rainbow and you're not gay, wear it. Who cares? Let go of the ego. If you are gay, be you. God loves everybody. It's not about a man and a woman. It's about masculine and feminine energy. It's about alignment. It's about truth. This life, this world is about truth. It's about the depth and the truth of your soul. There's no such thing as a color is for this one. As we have been taught, pink is for girls and blue is for boys. Well, who the fuck said that? Who said that? Who told us that? Who said this is feminine? Too feminine? We all have feminine and masculine. Release the mask. It goes deep. The ego goes deep. Because it's the false structures, it's the lies, it's the illusions. It's what they wanted us to think, portray, so we don't ever really thrive and get to be who we really truly are supposed to be. The freeing, loving, authentic, oh God, version of ourselves that loves so deeply and is loved unconditionally. I lived with an egotistic mask for a long time, destructing me. I mean, it kept me safe for that amount of time until I realized that no more. I want to be free to love. I want to come from a calm, peaceful state. I don't give a fuck about what somebody has to say or think about me, about what I wear, about how I look, about what I do. I'm not even, I don't even need the validation from somebody else to tell me anything because I'm already whole. I'm already full of love and joy. Do I want some love from other people? Love, to be loved unconditionally? Of course. But I don't need it. There's a difference. I validate me. Spirit, God, my soul, my ancestors. I'm already validated and I am detached from outcomes. Am I saying that things may not hurt or I won't go through anything? No, I'm not saying that. But I know my power. And so if I speak my truth from a soft place and I put my heart out there, not from an ego, right? But I put my heart out there genuinely and really say what I mean what I say what I feel, right? I put it on the line. And I could respect that more than anything. I respect that more than anything. And if it comes out, that it doesn't work in my favor, which I'm very strategic in how I move, and I really utilize my intuition. So, I take my time. So ultimately, things definitely go in the direction I want them to go because I'm attracting and manifesting what exactly it is that I want. But if for any reason I put my heart out there and, something goes sour, well, I was living in my truth. And I respect that. I don't have to worry about, I could have did this way. I could have did this better. I could have said this. No, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I did it. But ultimately, you're going to call in what's for you when you dismantle the ego. You're going to be able to love and be loved. Stop choosing chaos. We choose it. We choose our own realities. We do. We do. We do. And we deserve better. People deserve better from us. This world deserves the balance of your healed masculine and your divine feminine self. You deserve to live in a soft place. Doesn't mean you don't have boundaries. Don't confuse it. Just means you don't have to fight to establish them. You can speak your truth and own it. Your energy will embody. It will send signals to those to understand you on a deeper level. And you will be so honest that the ones who are for you will never play with you. Release the ego, release the pride to truly live in all that God, Spirit has called you to be, to do, to become, to impact, to create. You have to understand that that ego blocks many things. Rip it, shred it, and heal. Feel the pain, feel what you have gone through, feel all the lies you've been told. Feel it, right? And then rebuild on a fresh palette of love, light, softness, but you still have your darkness. That doesn't ever go away. You just transmute it. You alchemize it, right? To now become who you were destined to be. Your masculine side is supposed to be used for structure, right? To start a project, for boundaries, right? But your divine feminine is needed, much needed, to really call in what's for you. I hope this resonated with you. I hope this resonated with your soul. I hope you choose to release the conflict and the chaos. I hope you choose to dismantle the ego and the false masculine, to then heal and have a balanced masculine and feminine. I hope you choose love. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for spending this time with not just me, but with yourself, to love on yourself, to learn. If you are in need of some one-on-one Please go to www.sacredalignment.life. It is in the description box below. I do one-on-one sessions on the phone. It's pretty much like a therapy session where I will talk to you about your life and what you're going through, help you to push through. I also do readings, tarot readings, and I can do a reading on anything. I have a combination of a reading and a session together. So please, if you need some help, I am here to help you. Please go follow me on all social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Yes, yes, yes. And please like this video. Press the like button. Share. Make sure you're subscribed and comment. Leave me a comment below. Something, heart, anything helps. Please leave a comment below. It helps me. It helps the algorithm. And if you need any help with anything, you can comment below or you can send me a DM and I will do a video on it. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. God bless you. Mwah.